Well. Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Grandmaster Jessie Bowen with the Martial Arts Extraordinaire Podcast. You got to check out our new magazine. Just hit the Amazon bestseller list, and that is the edition we did with Grandmaster Victor Moore. Just came out this past weekend. And today on my podcast, I have my good friend, I put on one of the posts, the GO.A.T, the greatest of all time. I have Grandmaster Linda Denley out of Texas on my podcast today. Hey, ma'am, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Boyes, Grandmaster, for having me.
Well, I really do appreciate you being on today. Hopefully my Wi-Fi is not going in and out here. But, great to have you on. Thank you for all you've done for the martial arts because, in the sport karate area, we know that you were queen for more than a day, for, decades. And, your legend lives on. You say Linda Denley and everybody's eyes light up. Boom. The whole room lights up. So, hey, welcome to the program. So let's chit chat. So
yes,
everybody wants to know, why did you decide to get started in the martial arts? What was that motivation?
Well, actually, I was already an athlete, participating in several different other sports. Had a couple hours in the day that I wanted to fulfill. So they had a martial arts school in my community, and I decided to join. No more than that.
Well, that everybody, what I look at is a lot of martial arts masters and people that have really succeeded into the martial arts. They got involved in the martial arts for one thing that turned to be something else. And I know it's, we read your history, this weekend, and congratulations. You've now been inducted into our online virtual museum. It's the first museum of its kind. It's called Metaverse, and Metaverse is where I don't have my glasses here, but you have the VR glasses. You can walk around the museum. There's a portrait of you in the museum. You can click on it, and your bio opens up. Videos open up of your past competitions. There's a photo gallery in there. So, you're part of our Who's Who in the Martial Arts books. So we're trying to expand that and to really, getting people to get to know your history and the people such as you and Grandmaster Moore, your history. And, we all started for one reason, but we found something else. And I personally have no idea where I would be in life if it wasn't for having a great teacher and the martial arts. So those two things really go together. So let's talk about who's your instructor.
Well, my instructors were two brothers by the name of Robert and Alfred Torres. And when I started the martial arts with them, like I said, no more than to stay physically fit. Had no intentions of ever competing in a tournament, let alone becoming a world champion. My intentions were not to spar, was not to compete, it was just to stay physically fit. I joined the martial arts school in my community under the instructions of Alfred Torres. And at the time, believe it or not, he was an orange belt. And his brother, which was the Grandmaster of us all, was Robert Torres, and he was a black belt. So that's where I received my rank from. Fun times. I had no intentions of competing, but obviously, as I said before, he saw something in me that was world champion material, and he wanted me to start competing. And that's how I got into tournament competition.
So how long have you been studying the martial arts?
Oh, my goodness. Is that a trick question? No. I've been studying martial arts actually this year, 52 years.
Wow. Hey, and again, congratulations and much admiration for you and all the other things that you are actually doing, in the martial arts. So who would you say, you're a champion. Who's that champion that inspired you and that you looked up to? I know that a lot of people look up to you, a lot of young athletes, they look up to you. So who's the person that you looked up to at that time? And, we have to say there were not a lot of women in the martial arts, in that early starting. So who did you look up to? Was it another lady, or was it one of the guys? Who was your hero?
Actually, I didn't actually have a hero. I had favorite techniques that I kind of picked and chose from whoever I wanted to, look like in the ring. And I just remember several different people, and no name that comes to mind, through techniques, and we're executing these effective techniques in sparring. And I say, that would be something that I think that I want to do effectively. I'll just take that particular technique and I'll go back to the dojo and I'll work on it until I perfect it.
So when you look back on your career, do you have maybe a favorite tournament or an achievement that you look as a highlight in your career? I know you were the first woman that was actually featured on the cover of a magazine.
Mm-hmm. Well, several countless number of accomplishments actually, but the most prestige one that comes to mind right now is the Black Belt Hall of Fame. When I was inducted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame, I was just ecstatic. I just couldn't believe the first woman. I think there was something posted last week on Facebook as the first Black, but I was the first woman to be inducted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame. That was quite an honor. I have several other different awards that I received. I received the Lifetime Achievement Award several months ago at the Bushy Bond International Karate yearly annual banquet. And I was ecstatic about that too as well. I've been inducted into about 35 different Hall of Fames, and I'm just ecstatic with all the Hall of Fames that I've been inducted into. I'm just 52 years, and I haven't really been in the ring competing since 1992. And I'm just, really grateful that they still consider me as being, Hall of Fame material.
Well, when you make an impression, there's positive impressions and there are negative impressions. But it's great when you make a positive impression on someone that, as I said, when I started to show off, when you say the name Linda Denley, everybody's eyes lights up. They want to stand in line. They want to get an autograph. They want to be, that's what we call role modeling of people, that their legacy, your legacy, as a champion is that inspirational, going back and looking at a lot of the videos that from your fights. And again, some of the great ladies that you were competing, against during that period of time. And as we, move forward to today, I know that, you've got some, projects and things that you're working on. Would you like to share some of those, or should we keep them a secret?
No, not at all. There were a lot of great martial artists that I competed against back in the days that really kind of kept me on my P's and Q's. Right now, I'm working on we're introducing a new organization for the sports karate, which is called ISKF, International Sports Karate Federation. And we're going to launch our first tournament here in Houston on April the 13th, which is, I'm the producer of that one. And it's a Space City Open. If you guys are interested in the information, you can just contact me, at International Sports Karate Federation, intlskf.com. And we have several different tournaments that will be hosting this year. And it's open to the public and everybody's welcome. Of course, I have just now been nominated, elected as the AKBBA, a chairperson. That was quite an honor, the first Black and the first female to be a part of that organization. So I was ecstatic about that. Just got all sorts of things going, all sorts of positive things that are going on with me. And I'm just having the time of my life. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Well, when we featured, you and your induction and Grandmaster Moore, and everyone, you can go to our website that's scrolling across the frame now. And you can check out the website. It's open 24 hours a day. It's online. It's virtual, interactive. And again, when people are inducted into our Who's Who in the martial arts, then they are considered, they have consideration for being inducted into our museum. When you think about, the martial arts, and we think about the martial arts of the 21st century, I know that you're still teaching. What would you say would be the big change in your teaching, from 20 years ago to your teaching today? We see these changes in here. So is there any difference in the way you teach, or do you see the difference in today's students?
Actually, it's ironic that you would ask me that question. I just spoke to George Chung 2 weeks ago, and he called me to say, why is it that they're not using that famous ridge hand anymore? And I said to him, shh, don't tell them, because we are. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I still teach the way I used to teach. Some things were not as intense as I would like for them to be, because that's based on, the quality of the fighters nowadays. The way we train was a little bit more intense than the way I think the students train today. I still train my students the way I was taught. And I have produced a lot of world champions behind the way I train them. I haven't changed my method of teaching at all. I still teach the same way I taught back in the day.
Well, and that's what we have to realize, that we still continue to do. The more we lower the expectation, the lower that people will go. We have to keep our expectations up. Your methods may change, comprehension of people have changed, but if we keep a great standard and our expectation of our students, then our students will come up to that particular level. I know that we've got an event coming up. I hope you can make it. It's in Charlotte. I know there's some conflict. We actually met back in 2016, for the very first time, and it's sort of like we had been knowing each other for the past 20 years, and really do respect all those things that you're doing. And we've got some things coming up, and I'm going to try to get down to Texas so I can interact with some of the things that you're doing. And thank you for inviting me to be a part of your on the board of your new organization. And of course, anything that we can do here at the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation or Institute to be able to support the things that you're doing is what we want to do. So everyone, a moment in time of reaching out to Grandmaster Linda Denley. She's just been inducted into our Who's Who in the Martial Arts Metaverse Museum, along with Grandmaster Victor Moore. You can go on Amazon. She was featured on the cover of one of our latest magazines, and we have Grandmaster Victor Moore that's on this month's edition. But get a copy of the magazine. A great interview. Send it to her. Maybe she'll sign it for you. And we just want to keep some really positive things going on in the martial arts to inspire people, to let this generation know who's who in the martial arts, who are some of the great ones. Our organization is about legacy and continuing to share legacy in the martial arts. The awards and all those things are things that you have, but legacy is that part that stays around forever. And this is what we're trying to do here at the American Martial Arts Alliance. Our event is coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're celebrating our 10th event. We invite everyone to, go to our website, who'swhointhemartialarts.com, nominate someone. And if you say, well, I really would like to be a part, but I don't have anyone to nominate me, then you can email me, and that's who's who is AMAA who's who at gmail.com, and let's chat. I'd love to nominate you to be a part of it. I think you're getting ahead of yourself. I was going to say that my intentions is to come, and I would like to encourage everybody to come out, to help support this 10th year anniversary. It's been a fun ride. It's been a very successful, I don't want to call it project that you have here, that everyone that I've turned out to be very successful, and we had a good time. So I invite everybody to come out and hang out with me on August, my birthday weekend. So we're going to plan something special for that. So come out and help celebrate my birthday at the event this year in North Carolina. You know what? And what we're going to do, I plan a VIP reception. That's off the table. We're going to have a Linda Denley birthday party. So if you're coming to hang out with us, I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. So we're going to take off the word VIP reception, and that is Linda Denley's birthday party.
That's right. We're going to turn it up or turn it down or however they do it nowadays. We're going to do it. We're going to celebrate and have a good time.
Well, that is great, and thank you. Everyone, again, this is Jessie Bowen with the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation. Remember our event is coming up in Charlotte. Go to our website, Who's Who in the Martial Arts, nominate someone, and come out to celebrate the Linda Denley birthday party. Because if you're coming, I'm gonna make a big deal out of it. So Joe Corley, Jeff Smith, and all of our friends. 2016 was the turning point. There was never scheduled to be a second book. But when we did the event in 2016, having all those people come together that I had never met before, but Grandmaster Corley and Jeff Smith, really helped bring people together. And that was a launch. And here we are 10 years later. We're international publishing company, all from giving back. It wasn't from money. It was from people coming together, sharing that love and that having that relationship that's turned to where we are today. We're 10 years older, mature, but the thing with this, we've all been blessed. And that's the great part.
Once again, I want to invite everybody, don't forget, April the 13th in Houston, Texas, we'll have our first ISKF martial art tournament. It's going to be a ball. I wish you guys would come out and help support it. It would be highly appreciated. Highly appreciated.
All right, everyone, I'm out. Again, this is Grandmaster Jessie Bowen. Check out the new magazine. Get a copy of Grandmaster Linda Denley's magazine. Make sure you get a copy of Grandmaster Victor Moore's new magazine. If you would like to have your school featured as a part of our marketing branding, email me, AMAwho'swho@gmail.com. And we'd love to be able to feature your school, feature you on the cover, get you involved with our magazine projects. So remember, let us know. I'm out.
Thank you, sir. Bye now.
Bye-bye.